everyone, this is Zeba Baksh from Douglas Memorial Higher Secondary School, Barakpur, and I'm also the student president of Operation Hope Kolkata. On the event of Waters Day, I'd like to tell you how many more SDGs come under this. Starting with the first one. When we finally start to preserve the quality of this water, the first one which comes into the action is sanitation and clean water. The next one is, after we have stopped polluting this water, the life below water, the quality of that increases on a very large scale. Do you know that the villages in South Africa, the girls and women present there, spend 3 to 4 hours of their life walking 15 to 16 kilometers only to achieve the basic necessity of their life, that is drinking water. The water which is collected is filled with germs and viruses, which obviously invites cholera, hepatitis B, diarrhea, and so on. If this same amount of time is used in schools and education, there you go, we aim to the next sustainable goal, which is quality education. Do you realize, if the women of the world are not doing household chores and are sitting in classrooms and educating themselves, we actually aim to reduce inequalities. I'll tell you, my dear friends, until and unless there's a gap between the empty bench and the girl who wants to study in rural village, until and unless we can decrease this distance, we are still yet to achieve the aim to promise a better world. Last but not the least, if you and I join hands together and save the quality of this water, we are aiming to the last goal, which is partnershiping to achieve all the sustainable development goals. After 15 to 20 years, we are the same people who will be literally begging on street for just one drop of water. So, from the next moment, start doing it. Because if not we, who? And if not now, when? Thank you so much.
Water is the basis of life, and only a tiny share of all the water on the Earth's surface is fresh and renewed by water cycle. More than 97% of the Earth's water is too salty to drink. Another 2% is locked up in the ice caps and glaciers. Less than 1% is left for human use. Agriculture requires 70% of the world's water we extract from rivers, lakes, and aquifers. To some extent, we are using tomorrow's water to meet today's need. Water is a global crisis, but at the same time, it is a very local issue. The world that we live in is not only for us, it is also for our future generations. It is important that we not only live here, but also leave a warm and fresh environment for our next generations. We, as students, can play our part in building up this awareness among the society. Today, let's declare that water is the most valuable resource and we will not waste it unnecessarily. Let's encourage water conservation techniques like rainwater harvesting, water recycling for sanitation and gardening. Let's be vigilant about water pollution. Let's not allow our freshwater bodies to be dump yard for our wastes. It is a responsibility of all the citizens around the globe to be a part of this mission and make this world a better place to live in. After all, saving water is saving life.
75% of Indian households do not have access to water supply in their premises. India is ranked as 120th of the 122 countries on the Quality of Water Index. 600 million people are living in extreme water stress. 54% of the groundwater wells are declining. 70% of the accessible water is contaminated, which is resulting to 200,000 deaths every year for this. By 2030, there will be double the demand of the water supply present, and by 2050, there will be a 6% GDP loss due to this crisis. If we don't change the consumption policy, pattern, and our mindset, it will be the end to water, and the end to water is end to life.
Water is uniquely vulnerable to pollution. The universal solvent is the capability to mix with any other substances than any other liquid on the earth. Toxic substances from farms, cities, towns, and factories make the water polluted by readily dissolving in it. So, it is not just crucial for you to conserve water, but also for the impacts that it creates in the society. Saving water means saving money. Saving water means preserving the environment. Saving water means reducing the cost of water and water treatments. So, don't think that what you do doesn't matter, because with your little efforts and help, will make the world a better place.
In Madhya Pradesh, a water tank driver was detained by locals over the issue that he wasn't delivering water properly, due to which police was deployed to guard the water tanks. Riots took place in Uttar Pradesh over water crisis and unavailability of safe and clean drinking water, and 5 villages boycotted the 2019 Lok Sabha elections because the government was not looking into the matter of water crisis. A man in Ranchi, Jharkhand, used his knife to harm 6 people for water. In Rajasthan, people started locking up their water gallons so that no one steals water from their storage. In Chennai, a man was murdered over water issues. So these were the facts and data revolving around water crisis in India.
Now, what can we actually do to fight against this water crisis? It takes simple steps just to save water and improve its quality. While brushing and shaving, if we close the taps, we can actually save ample water in a day. Drainage filtration and treating the industrial waste before dumping them in water can actually reduce water pollution to a great extent. We can also start by reusing the RO discharge water for mopping the floors and also gardening. Lastly, in places where people have to travel for hours and hours just to fetch water for their basic needs, we can install water faucets which will supply them with clean water conveniently. Lastly, together, if we can follow just these simple steps, we can save water for a better future.
Now let's say each person saves 10 ml of water every day. Now imagine 15 people saving 10 ml of water every day. Now that amounts to 150 ml of water, and that is the same amount of water that is contained in a commercially available 10 rupees water. Now let's raise the stakes, shall we? If each person ends up saving 1 liter of water every single day, and now imagine 15 people doing the same. Now that's 15 liters of water, enough to power an Ethiopian household. Now you will be surprised to know that each one of us can save up to 10 liters of water every single day. Imagine 15 people doing the same. Now that's 150 liters of water getting saved every single day. We do not need to do anything at all. We just need to turn off our taps while brushing or shaving. And that is enough water to last a week in a household who aren't as lucky as us.
Every drop counts for
#BetterWorld.
#World Water Day.